Cabela's Spring Thunder is brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. The National Wild Turkey Federation. Conserve, hunt, share. ScoutLookWeather.com. Never trust a weatherman who doesn't hunt. And Cabela's, it's in your nature.
Yeah. Give me some, man. Yeah.
You see, we heard him. First time we heard him, he was right there in the woods coming up behind us. And I heard him drumming. And boy, he come out of strut and come running. You can see the trail on the dew where he come running up here. We were sitting over there 11 yards. That's pretty cool.
Thanks for joining us this week on Cabela's Spring Thunder. It's May the 1st, and as you can see, my cousin Brandon and I had a pretty awesome hunt this morning here on the family farm. And this one is special for us because we've been hunting together for how long, you think?
A long time, since we were little. So
yeah.
I've been looking forward to this hunt all year.
Yeah, me too. I mean, probably over 20 years. We grew up in the woods together and started filming hunts at a very young age, and that's kind of how we got started in the whole business and eventually what led to Cabela's Spring Thunder. But this is my family farm, one I grew up hunting on. And we actually killed another bird in here last week, about 150 yards behind me, back in this same food plot. So that hunt's gonna be on this week's show. But before we get to this week's action, I wanna encourage everybody to go over to the regional report page of the website and check out some of the NWTF biologist updates. They've got biologists stationed all over the country, and they're giving you updates real time on what's going on with the turkeys in your area. Last week, John Burke, the Missouri biologist, sent me a great update on opening week here in Missouri and what he expected the birds to do, and I'd say he was right on, because all these turkeys were by themselves this morning. These hens are starting to go to nest, and the hunting's probably only going to get better from here. So check that page out, and in the meantime, we're going to get this bird cleaned up and head to the house. We hope you enjoy this week's show.
South Central Kentucky Spring Thunder.
Good job, honey. Good bird. We're excited about this. It's pouring down rain, as you can tell. But we did it this morning. It's second day of youth season, 9 a.m. We're excited about what we did, and she's a great shot. She put it down immediately, so let's go get him checked in.
We had a pretty good morning here in Kansas, putting the decoy real close this morning and getting him tight. This old gobbler, he wanted to keep the hens away from the Jake, so he brought him in about 45 yards so I could shoot him with these Winchester XRs, and I'm tickled to death.
April 18th, first day of the Indiana youth season, and this youth season weekend is always really special. This is Jackson's second or third turkey hunt, and Hunter's second.
And there's geese up there.
And there's geese up there. Patience really paid off this morning. We knew they were coming into this clover food plot, and congratulations.
Well, it's about 6:30 right now, and we've got some turkeys working their way up to this food plot. Haven't heard this one gobble behind us in a while, but sounds like there's some jakes yelping in here. They're probably only 100, 150 yards away, so John and I need to move across this food plot and get on the other side of that decoy. Let's go. Stay right there. Oh, right here, John, here it comes. Right, that's the decoy. See him? Got him. Tell me when. Ready? Holy cow. Oh man, that happened so fast. That turkey didn't hardly even gobble. And John and I heard these jakes yelping. You might even been able to see them right behind him, right behind our setup. And that is not where you want to be whenever you're trying to call in a turkey with your back to him. So as soon as we heard those jakes yelping, John and I belly crawled across this food plot. We could not have done it a moment too soon, because I'm not even at a tree right here. I'm just sitting here in front of John on the ground because we didn't have any more time. I heard him drumming, and he come up right behind the decoy, came in just perfect.
Well, this caps off a beautiful morning here in Missouri during the first week of the 2015 season. Me and Dad have been getting trail camera pictures about 20 yards from here of several toms for about the last month. And I knew they were in here. They always love using this food plot. As you can see, it's just nice and short and lush green. They come up here and want to strut, and I didn't want to burn the spot out too early. That's a great tip for you. If you've got a good area that you know you're going to get on birds, wait until you get the perfect conditions. Instead of coming in here and educating these turkeys on a day when they weren't talking very much, we just said, we'll wait, we'll give them one more day. We knew the weather was going to be great this morning, and it was. They gobbled good on the limb. And had we not heard those jakes yelping behind us, we'd have never got on this turkey. So always be mindful of your surroundings in the woods. You hear that gobbler yelping, that's a telltale sign a lot of the time that he is yelping at a strutting tom. And that's exactly what happened this morning. Came straight into the DSDs and we laid him down at about 15 yards.
Well, it's the morning of April 22nd, watching the sunrise here. It's been a beautiful morning so far, but it's been typical of what's been happening the last couple weeks here, and that is the birds are really henned up. But I'm back at it on a property that I hunted, about a week to 10 days ago, and I've been running a trail camera here, and there's a couple toms in this area, And what I noticed in the pictures is that when they moved through this pasture, they were almost always with hens. And that's the situation I'm facing this morning. When I got in here early, I could hear a couple toms gobbling, so I got the blind set up about 150, 200 yards away. Felt pretty optimistic about the setup, and then right about the time I was ready to start calling, I could hear a hen yelping with those toms. So sure enough, they flew down, quit gobbling. So my hope now is that they'll lose that hen. Maybe I can bring them back in with the calling, or maybe I can fire up another bird. I did hear another distant gobble this morning, so there's definitely birds in the area. Cameras have shown that. They've just been henned up so far. Here we go. Here they come. My word. Two big long beards right in the decoys about 8 yards away. Should have been standing right in front of the GoPro. It was an awesome hunt.
Well, I got my bird tagged and kind of got down out of the wind here, but what a fantastic hunt this morning. Started out actually kind of like most of the hunts have started out so far this year, and that's with henned up toms. But a couple things I wanted to mention quick. As you can tell, it's a windy day, and what helped make this hunt a success was having a call that I could get real loud with. I had a Cabela's SLT gobble box and was able to strike these two birds about 200 yards away. You know, cut through the wind, called real loud with cutting and yelping. So having a good call that you can get loud with on windy days like this, it really helped on this hunt. But also another thing I wanted to talk about quickly was where we're at in the breeding phase of these turkeys. And looking at this bird right here, his wingtips are extremely worn down. But even more so, on his sternum, the feathers have really been worn away, which suggests that he's been doing a lot of breeding. And these two toms in this area started out a couple weeks ago with a pretty large group of hens. I was getting trail camera pictures of them. So I gave it about a week before I came back in here to hunt. And this morning I was able to locate these two toms again, and they only had one hen left with them. The others are starting to go to nest, and it worked out this morning that even though there was a hen with them, I was able to still call them in. So the hunting should just keep getting better and better from here on out. As more hens get bred and go to nest, these gobblers should be more receptive to calling as the season goes forward. So hopefully you have a chance to get out yourself and enjoy some success in the field.
We're out here doing some run and gun turkey hunting today, and I wanted to go over one of the products that we always bring with us when we're doing this style hunting. I'm wearing the Cabela's Tactical Tater 2 turkey vest, and I've been wearing it all year. It's super comfortable, has a lot of the same features as the rest of the Tater series. A lot of pockets for all your calls. These pockets will protect your calls, and it's also got a kickstand if you can't find that perfect tree.
Welcome back to Cabela's Spring Thunder. Today is April 20th. It's Ohio's opener for the spring turkey season. It's about 5:30. It's going to be light in about a half hour. We got a long walk back into a place we're hunting on public ground. So we got all our stuff gathered up. We're going to head into the woods and hopefully get set up before they start gobbling. Today was a great day in the turkey woods, and the day's not even part way over. Today's the Ohio opener for the spring turkey, and we came in here on a piece of public ground. We scouted out last weekend. I've seen a lot of birds back on this field last weekend, a lot of gobbling, just a lot of birds in general. So we came in this morning in the dark, set up on this field, and as soon as it started cracking daylight, he was gobbling just over the end of the point there. And we thought we were in the chips, and then he flew down, and he came up in the field with a whole entire flock of hens, not a single other gobbler with him. But this is a case in point that you got to put your scouting in, because there's no way that we would have been able to call this bird in. Ian called a couple times, never responded to the calls at all. I think he only gobbled one time when he was on the ground, but he just stuck with the hens, and luckily we were in the right spot. We had them figured out where they were going to be coming into this field. There's still a little bit of waste grain in the field they're pecking around in. So he came in, we thought he was going to commit to the decoys at the last second, and then like that, the hens started bailing off the edge of the field, and he just followed in their lead, heading down there. So I took the shot and got a nice gobbler for the opener.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. We had a great weekend of hunting down here in Missouri, and I expect the action to continue for the last week of their season. But if you're not already a member of the NWTF, please click on the link in the corner of our screen, go over to their page and become one. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Monday right back here for another episode of Cabela's Spring Thunder.